Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to African Metaphysical Center for Spiritual Healing, Body, Mind, and Spirit Development. I am your host, Kufu Amin Ra, your metaphysical practitioner, Reiki master, Qigong instructor, bond practitioner, and mystic. Today's topic is Heaven is Not Here. You know, through my studies, I've encountered cultures that call this heaven on earth. Others see it as a classroom, a place to learn, to grow, to raise their level of consciousness. But as a descendant of African slaves who has awakened to the truth that I am a spiritual being living a human existence, I need you to understand something. This is not heaven for me. This is not heaven for those who look like me. When people declare earth is heaven, they often speak from comfort, from systems built to affirm their humanity, protect their rights, provide opportunities. Their sunsets aren't interrupted by systematic oppression. Their joy isn't shadowed by generational trauma. But that perspective erases those of us for whom earth has been a site of profound suffering. Heaven doesn't carry the weight of chains our ancestors wore. Heaven doesn't remember stolen names, erased languages, families torn apart. Heaven doesn't lack empathy for the suffering of others or harbor hatred for those who don't share your skin. If this were heaven, my brothers and sisters wouldn't still be fighting to breathe freely, to walk safely, to simply exist without explanation. To call this heaven is to gaslight centuries of pain, the stolen homeland, the Middle Passage, chattel slavery, Jim Crow, and the ongoing racism that lives in our bodies, our systems, our daily reality. I've awakened to myself as a spiritual being having a human experience. This framework doesn't deny the suffering or become consumed by it. It means my essence transcends my circumstances. I'm not reducible to what's been done to my people, yet I don't disconnect from that history. Earth is my classroom, not my destination. This reframes suffering as part of a larger spiritual curriculum. It doesn't justify injustice, but it provides context for resilience. I can see the gap between what is and what should be. Being spiritual means I hold a vision of true heaven, justice, love, equality, peace, against which I measure current reality and find it wanting. Because to me, real heaven cannot contain lack of empathy when true heaven overflows with compassion, hatred based on difference when heaven celebrates our diversity, systematic injustice when heaven demands wholeness for all, unhealed trauma when heaven means complete restoration. When people insist earth is already heaven, they're really saying, I'm comfortable, so the system is fine. Your suffering is exaggerated. Don't disturb my peace with your pain. Just accept things as they are. This becomes a tool of oppression, encouraging the oppressed to accept conditions as divinely ordained rather than as human-created injustice that can and must be dismantled. My consciousness raising is resistance because I refuse to lie. I won't call hell heaven just because someone else is comfortable. I honor my ancestors by keeping their truth alive. I maintain vision, knowing what heaven is not helps me work towards what it could be. I integrate all of me, spirit and human, individual and collective, pain, and purpose. There's power in the not yet. The recognition that redemption is real but not complete. Freedom has been tasted, but not fully realized. The promised land is visible, but not yet reached. Heaven is coming, but hasn't arrived. This maintains hope without denying reality. This is the spirituality of the freedom fighter, not the spirituality of the comfortable. I speak from historic consciousness as a descendant of enslaved people. Present consciousness aware of ongoing injustice. Transcendent consciousness spiritually awakened. Future consciousness committed to growth. I'm not speaking from bitterness or ignorance of spiritual realities. I'm speaking from integrated awareness that holds both the spiritual and the material, both the eternal and the historical. Not this planet, not yet, contains both refusals and hope. Refusal to accept current conditions as ultimate realities. Hope that transformation is possible. Agency in the work still to be done. Vision of what heaven actually requires. This is the consciousness that changes worlds, not by pretending earth is already heaven, but by refusing to settle for anything less than actual heaven. A reality where every human being is safe, valued, free, and whole. I am spirit wrapped in flesh, walking through a world that often forgets both. But I remember, and remembering is the first step towards the heaven we truly deserve. Not this planet, not yet, but we're building it. Until next time, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.